All right, welcome back to my Fit Chat. Today, I'm going to be talking about macronutrients, aka macros. And we all hear about macros all the time, but do we really know what that even means? Today, I'm going to talk about fats. Like, I kind of want to break them down one by one because it can be a lot of information. It can be a little bit confusing. I know when I first learned about it, I was like, okay, but I didn't really understand too much, or kind of like the benefits behind it all. First, let me break down a little bit of what are macronutrients. So, macros are protein, carbs, and fats. Those are the three macronutrients. They're very crucial to our bodies and how it shapes our bodies. Also, they are found in everything we consume. So, all the foods we eat, all the drinks, etc., they come with a nutrition label, right? And every nutrition label is going to have the grams of each macronutrient. So, calories in, calories out is probably the best way to start if you're looking for weight loss, but macros are going to be very crucial in your overall appearance. What I mean by that is, so it's very easy to lose weight. Like, you just have to consume less, eat less calories, right? And then that way you're burning more calories. So, calories in, calories out. Yeah, you can eat salad, you can starve yourself. It'll work. You're gonna lose the weight. Yeah, but it's kind of like not realistic to do that because your body can only sustain starvation mode, I guess, for so long. And that is why counting macros is also called flexible dieting, because it's kind of like you can eat what you want, like the foods that you want, um, as long as you pay attention to like the grams of each macronutrient. You can really like play around with your diet and what you're eating. When you do pay attention to the macros you're consuming and you count them, like instead of just losing weight and maybe looking flabby, like you're able to also build muscle and get like that physique, that athletic physique, curviness, muscly, or fit, shredded, that look. So macros are very detailed to individual individual. It all depends on your age, your sex, your weight, your goals, on your activity level, how active you are throughout the day. So each individual has their own specific macros. That is why it's a little bit more complex. It's not just like one for all. You get what I mean? It's going to be very detailed to you and you specifically. So, on that note, let's start talking about fats. A lot of people might say that fats are bad, but they're really not. I mean, they do have a lot of good benefits, and you just have to like understand how they work to make better choices when it comes to the fats that you're consuming. So, let's start with the benefits. Fats are very important to hormonal health. So, hormones are the body's chemical messengers. So, when you have maybe too much or too little fats, that is going to really affect your hormones. It'll affect your mood, it'll affect your hunger level, your metabolism, etc., etc. Another benefit of fats, it aids with nutrient absorption. So that means that when you're taking your vitamins or your nutrients, your body is going to absorb them better if you're consuming them with fats. So that's why a lot of doctors and people recommend you to take your vitamins before you're going to have meal, because that way your body is going to absorb them faster and better. So something about fats that I didn't really know that much, but now it makes so much sense. So fat is such a great source of energy for the body. The slowest source of energy, but the most energy efficient. So, what does this mean? So, this means that your body loves fats. It loves them so much that what it does is when you consume them, it stores them. It really holds on to them because it's the preferred source of energy. So that means like when you're working out or when you're being active, like you're going to be burning first carbs, and then fat is really like the last source that your body is going to use to burn energy. If you're over consuming fat, you're going to be storing it, and that is one of the reasons why it's very important to not overeat fat, because it's going to lead obviously to fat gain and weight gain. Fat is the most dense macronutrient, like compared to carbs and protein, which are 4 calories, and fat carries 9 calories. Okay, so now I want to talk about the different types of fats. There are 3. So you have unsaturated fats, you have saturated fats, and then you have trans fat. So, which are the good and which are the bad? Saturated fats are the best types of fats. They are considered the healthiest because you can find them in plant-based sources, also in fish. An example is going to be like avocado oil, nuts, seed. And then this topic is a little bit controversial, like there's a little bit of a debate going on. I mean, I don't know. Recent studies show that saturated fat is really not that bad for you. And saturated fat is fat that comes from animal products, like meat and dairy products, cheese, milk. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're good. Maybe it just depends on how your body digests dairy, and kind of like listen to your body and make that decision for you. And then this is the bad fat that we should try to avoid as much as possible. These are trans fat. So trans fat found in processed foods and fast foods, fried foods, they are the worst, and we should really avoid them as much as possible. Any products that contain trans fat, they are usually linked to being high in salt and sugar, and they are linked to bad cholesterol, and they increase your risk of heart disease. They contain hydrogenated oil, which pretty much is to conserve the shelf life and also to enhance the taste of foods and products. But like I said, every macronutrient is going to depend on each individual. So right now I could not say like how much fat intake you should be having. It's a lot of trial and error as well, but the recommended intake is pretty much anywhere from 20% to 35% of fats that you should be consuming, based on your total caloric intake. So start with, maybe if you're really overeating fats, try to bring it down to 35%. I know like if you're really trying to lose weight and fat, it should be a little bit lower, like more around that 20% range. But you see, now I hope you guys have a better understanding on fats and their benefits. Anything in moderation, it's always good for you. Yeah, so listen to your body, and now you know a little bit about fats. So next time when you're looking at a nutrition label and you see like the amount of fats that a product has, you have a little better understanding of what it is that you're looking at and you're reading. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think about this little macro series I'm doing. So yeah, I hope to next do carbs and then protein, and that way you'll have like a really good understanding of overall like what macros really are. Thank you.